Um, well, I grew up making these types of eggs because we're Polish on my mother's side of the family. So we started out pretty basic. We'd actually do hard-boiled eggs with the little pause kits, and we'd use beeswax in a cleaned out little can that we heated up on this stovetop, and we'd do pin drops and just keep going and going. It would take a couple hours. But with hard-boiled eggs, the condensation would come up and the wax would come off. So a few years ago, as an adult, I finally decided I'm going to go and buy the actual kit so I can do this for real and see how they do it. And it's hollowing out the eggs, cleaning them out, and then layering the colors on one at a time, starting with white and going darker and darker each layer, and then wiping off the wax, and you're done. Well, this was slightly different because clearly not a little chicken egg about this big. 4 foot tall, 3 foot diameter. Had to get very comfortable quickly with spray paint, but I think it kind of captures the heritage I grew up with trying to do these. I know my mom was very happy when I finished this because I showed it to her. I'm like, Mom, guess what? I'm doing a big egg. She's like, what do you mean a big egg? I'm like, well, you see. Because she thought I was actually going to do it like the traditional way still. I'm like, Mom, I don't know where I would find containers big enough to dunk this egg in. Like, I'm like, no, it's going to be spray paint. It'll be fine. Definitely laying a lot of tape on a curved surface like this, not easy. It did not want to work, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out after like 16 plus hours. So 2.5 hours just the first time to tape it off to get the black triangles on. After that, it was just outlining different things, and then I made stencils for the dots so I could try and keep them the same size easier and line them up. And then it was just paint marker to touch up some of the white lines and draw the little swirlies in the triangles. We're Polish and we grew up doing this, but it's actually also a Ukrainian tradition, which is kind of fitting because I did not know this was going to be here when we started. But it's kind of nice that it ties into them and kind of shows support for what they're going through right now. Sharing your heritage and stuff and just kind of putting it out there, because I really love a lot of the other eggs, but it ties into what's going on here with them, so it's kind of like, oh, happy coincidence there. This is my first time that I was able to apply to Shout and do something. About a year and a half ago, one of my friends helped push me to get my creative outlet going and started a craft Instagram account and stuff, and that's kind of what led me to this, because I was part of a pop-up gallery in Noda that it's still around, the Tough Ass Crew Gallery, and I saw they were posting about this, and I'm like, ooh, I want to try that, because I actually had a few eggs in the gallery that sold. But not this size, because I don't know what to charge for something like that. But it's been kind of fun, because when people saw the Shout application for this, they're like, oh, you need to try this. I'm like, I don't know how I would do something this big. I'm like, you guys understand my eggs are like this. Transporting this was definitely probably one of the biggest challenges, just because I thought once it was out of the box and off the stand, I could easily fit it in my car. No, my friend had to follow me from up on North Tryon, where I was working on it, in her car to make sure it didn't pop out, because we ended up with a truck strap holding it into the passenger headrest of my car, padded with pillows and different things to keep it from getting rubbed the wrong way and everything, and just on the phone with my friend the whole time, going like less than 5 miles an hour to get up here to drop it off, because I'm like, I don't know, like, the only other option was trying to get like a Uber Black or something, like a bigger SUV to fit it in, or trying to rent, I guess, another U-Haul truck, because I had to do that the first time, and I don't like driving trucks, so that's how we ended up doing this. And my friend sent me a video, and I'm just like, what the heck was I doing? And I actually, because I'm slightly obsessed with my dog, I did actually hide one of the dots towards the bottom. I made it look like a paw print and put my dog's name in it. I tried to show it to her Tuesday when we dropped it off, but she was just all up in my face. She's like, Mom, we're out. I want to play. But I did that as a little tribute to her. So, like, on Instagram, at Connolly's Creations, which also has a link to the TikTok that has a lot of the time-lapse videos I've done of everything, including the entire process of the egg is just under, like I said, it was 16 hours, but it's condensed down to like 3 minutes. And it has my Etsy store, because I'm trying to do an Etsy store with some of the other projects I do. So I won't be shipping anything this large, because yeah, I'm not quite sure how much that would cost to ship to people and how many people would actually want a giant 4-foot egg in their house on their front lawn